If everything had gone to plan for Matthew Frederick Riddle, this video would never exist. He was finally starting to put it all together in the UFC and had the potential to become a massive breakout star. However, he would later be cast out and would instead find fame in another profession. Welcome to Remember Wrestling, and this is WWE vs UFC, Matt Riddle. Like most things about Matt Riddle, his introduction to MMA was a little unusual. He first came to the attention of UFC fans on the reality TV show The Ultimate Fighter. While that isn't unique in itself, what is unique is that he had had no professional bouts before he joined the show. He certainly made his mark in his first fight on the show with a devastating knockout, which left his opponent in a pretty bad way.
Relax, Dan.
Riddle was happy about it though. Matt was eliminated in the quarterfinals of the show, but was awarded a UFC contract after it was over. He made his post-TUF debut in the UFC in 2009 and remained on the roster for the next 4 years. Riddle fought in the 170-pound welterweight division, and for the first 2.5 years, he fought low on cards and his results were mixed. By 2012 though, it looked like he was finally going to start fulfilling his potential. He was putting together impressive wins, and he was rapidly becoming a highlight of post-fight press conferences.
And to be completely honest, I don't have anything against English people, but I wouldn't mind really, if something happens, I'll go over to London, whatever, and I'll put them down,
However, Matt had a problem, and her name was Mary Jane. You see, while Riddle was fighting, marijuana was listed as a banned substance and would remain that way until 2021. As a result, 2 of Riddle's 4 wins between 2012 and 2013 were overturned after he failed drug tests, and for failing 2 tests in a year, he was kicked out of the UFC. Riddle would fight once more on the independent scene, picking up a win, and his final record reads 8 wins and 3 losses, with 2 no contests due to those failed cannabis tests. Following his UFC stint, professional wrestling was a natural avenue for Riddle, given his showmanship and athletic credentials, and he joined up with the Monster Factory to train. For the next 4 years, the King of Bros would tear up the independent scene before signing with WWE's developmental system NXT in 2018. He had a strong run in NXT, being consistently popular with the fans and winning the NXT Tag Team Championships with Pete Dunne. It was during his run with Dunne that he showed he could be excellent in an odd couple tag team, which would serve him well going forward. Riddle graduated to the main roster in 2020 after an official endorsement from Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. He spent his first few months on the main roster riding around on a scooter and winning the US title. However, he found his greatest success with his propensity for forming oddball tag teams, this time on a much higher level. Riddle formed a team with Randy Orton that was known as RK Bro. It offered Randy something a little different to do and gave Riddle a golden opportunity to jump up the card. RK Bro was a hit with fans, and they won the tag team championships on 2 occasions. After losing the titles, Orton went down with a back injury, leaving Riddle on his own again. At the time of recording, he's currently back in more goofy territory, running around with a set of bongo drums. Despite him not being a top guy in WWE yet, his career there has still been better than his UFC run, as his time there left more questions than answers, and he remains one of the biggest what-if fighters in the company's history.